All right, welcome to another episode of the While You Were Sleeping podcast. I am your host, Tyrell James. Got a special guest with me today, Mo Betta. What's going on, man?
Ain't too much, man. What's up with it?
All right, man, not much, not much. All right, so what we did on the last podcast, we did the Rorschach Test podcast, and we used your conscious mind to look at pictures and then try to link what it is that you saw in the pictures to what it is that you do and who you are as a person. So now we're going to tap into your unconscious mind or your subconscious. We're going to talk about dreams. But I don't only want to talk about the dreams that you have when you're sleeping. I want to talk about I do want to start there, but I also want to talk about daydreams, and then I want to talk about dreams and aspirations as well. You know, things that you dreams and aspirations that you had when you were a kid. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to link whatever it is that you say with these dreams, the daydreams, and the dreams and aspirations to what it is that you do. So, for anybody who may have missed the last podcast, just go ahead and tell everybody exactly everything that you do.
I battle rap. I help people pay past due bills. I fundraise for sexually abused children. I'm just a concerned citizen, man.
All right, sounds good. Just straight to the point. All right. So first, we're going to start off with dreams. Dream that you had when you were sleeping. So, at any point in your life, this could be in adulthood, as a kid, it doesn't matter. At any point in your life, tell me about a dream that has had a significant impact on you and a lasting impression.
I don't dream much. I don't sleep much, but two dreams that I can remember. Once me and my mother returned from out of town, and when we came back, normally she goes through the house and checks the house, make
Mhm.
sure ain't missing nobody broke in or nothing. This time she didn't do it. We got back real late and we was sleepy. So we
Mhm.
just went in our rooms and went to sleep. No soon as I closed my eyes, I felt like I was being like suffocated or smothered with a pillow or something. And I couldn't scream. I couldn't make a noise. I couldn't move the pillow or nothing. So after a few seconds, once I'm able to move, I ran to my mother's room. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I explained what happened. Before I even went down there, I think my bedroom used to be the master bedroom, so it had a bathroom in it. So I went and I looked in that area. It's like whatever happened, you couldn't have ran away that fast. Like I'd have heard you go down the steps. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm trying to find I want all the smoke in this. I'm like 12 years old. I want all the smoke. So I told her what happened. She checked the house, and after the house being checked, I guess I'm more comfortable. I went to sleep. The only other dream I can remember, like I really do not remember dreams. I once fell asleep looking at a wrestling poster. I believe it was Hulk Hogan was on the wall,
Mhm.
and in the dream, I'm in the wrestling ring, and my opponent is like approaching, but he in like a wheelchair. But it seemed like he was getting to me so fast, and I'm like, for you to be in a wheelchair, you kind of moving, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
And I just remember
oh man, I lost you. I don't know if you can still hear me, but I lost you. Lost reception.
and I can't say they impacted me in any way.
Okay. All right. Hold on. I lost you for a second. The reception went out.
Right.
So
Basically, with the other dream is like I don't remember if I got hit or not. I just remember being scared because I was being approached real fast. But again, I fell asleep looking at a wrestling poster.
got you. Okay. All right. Let's go with that dream. All right. So you said you were scared because you were being approached. Somebody was coming at you like quickly. You said they were in a wheelchair though.
Wheelchair though, like I didn't understand that.
All
Like
right. Cool.
how you
So
just approached me and how I just got out of the way. Like yeah,
all right. So let's link that to battle rap. And you having, so let's say that you are okay as a battle rapper. You don't have any fear, so that's different. That part doesn't. Well, let me ask you. I already know the answer to the question, but I'm going to go ahead and ask you for everybody else. Do you ever have any fear or butterflies before you battle?
butterflies, yeah, not fear.
Right.
O- Only in a written battle though, because I tend to write at the last second. So my
Mm,
fear is I'm not going to remember everything that I'm supposed to say.
got you.
Far as a fear of the opponent, no, I probably have more of a fear of embarrassing myself in front of the crowd or not living up to my name than I do thinking I can lose. I don't ever think I can lose to the opponent, because the moment you think you can lose, you lost.
Right. Okay. So, and I kind of hesitate to say this next part just because we're at such a we're at a time now where it's just like a heightened level of sensitivity, and I don't want this to come across the wrong way. But do you in your dream the person was in a wheelchair. When you're looking at your opponent, do you already feel as though that they are at an automatic handicap just because they're standing across from you?
Yes.
And why is that?
But I also feel like I'm at an automatic handicap because I already got a name. So I have to live up to that. Whereas they may not have one yet. So they really don't have anything to lose. If they lose, they were supposed to lose. If I lose, then I fell off or something.
Right.
But also the thing in the back of my mind that probably doesn't make me prepare or keeps me unmotivated is knowing that, let's say I battle some new person, right? And I don't do my best. When the video comes out and they upload the footage, if I choose not to share it, it doesn't even have that many views. So it doesn't even matter. In my mind, I know it doesn't matter. Or that I done won 7,000 battles, so if I lost this one, so what? It still doesn't change who I am. It doesn't even affect my legacy.
Right.
People just say, oh, he didn't prepare. It really doesn't have anything to do with the opponent. But yeah, there's been times that I've thought the person was at an automatic handicap, so I didn't even battle him. I've been asked to be battled. I've had people say, yo, Mo, battle my man, or Mo, I want to battle you. And I flat out told them no, because I was already who I was, so that was a disadvantage. Like, they were, you know what I'm saying? Like, they were going to lose a popularity contest. And that to me wasn't fair. And I didn't want that. Or I didn't want my label mates being 50 deep on the stage behind me to be a reason it seemed like I won, because they're making noise or they're intimidating my opponent.
Right.
So yeah, sometimes they are at a disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. One thing I forgot to mention is
I
with
didn't even
you.
think about that. Why was I in the ring scared and they coming at me in a wheelchair? That's a good point, brother. You pretty good at this, man.
Hey man, I should probably start a podcast or something. I mean,
Yeah, man, I think so. While you were sleeping or something.
Well, look, before I was supposed to, before I got into the dream, I was supposed to say that I do this podcast. I time myself, so I got to do this in 30 minutes or less. So, all right, we finished that first part. Now we're going to move on to daydreams. So, if you're just sitting and you're just doing something, you could be driving, walking, doing whatever, and your mind just kind of drifts off. Where does your mind go?
To my celebrity crush. No, I'm joking, man. My mind is always, in my free time, I'm always thinking about how I can make some moment go viral with the fundraising. To be able to raise the most, like at all times. If not that, then it's a bar. Like some random line, I'll be watching something, I'll be looking at something, and I'll turn it into a rap line. Like, I can't help it.
Right. All right. So honestly, this second part, that's really a cheat code for me when I ask people, where does your mind go? Because it always goes to what it is that they do.
Yeah.
That's always so. That one is easy. I don't even have to insert myself in that one. You explained all of that. So
Right.
now,
Rap and charity, right?
you're right. Exactly. Yeah. So, but now let's go to dreams and aspirations. So when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
An accountant. I was great at math.
Okay.
I didn't know that they didn't get paid like riches, you know what I'm saying? But like that was it. I feel like we always heard you could be a doctor, a lawyer, or firefighter, and a policeman. So I think we all, before we knew any better, might have wanted to be these things. But yeah, I was so great in math that was what I wanted to do.
Okay. You know what? I want
Rap,
to do something.
rap didn't come until I was like 18 years old.
Really? I want to do something a little different than what I normally do. Just because you said that, and just because you were you. So what I would normally do is connect you wanting to be an accountant to the things that you do now. But I want to do something. I want to have a little bit of fun, get a little creative. I want you, based off of math, because you said the accounting thing, right? Based off of math and using math terms,
Hmm.
explain to me and explain to the people why it is that you do what you do and how you do as a battle rapper.
Okay, no problem. So when you're battling, you got to make points, and in order to get to the second point, you got to make the first point, right? So I'm
Hmm.
gonna take you to basketball real quick. You know, in college basketball, when you get fouled, you don't automatically get two free throws. They got what they call a 1-and-1. You got to
Hmm.
make the first free throw to get to the second free throw.
Right.
In other words, you literally have to make a point to get to the second point. So it goes 1-1-2. That's the Fibonacci sequence. That's how it starts off.
Okay.
1, 1, 2. Then 1 and 2, 3, 2 and 3 is 5. So every two numbers consecutively equal what the next one is. So I used that once in school to, well, not in school, but at a school to talk to kids. Like I love going to schools and talking to the children. So I try to use whatever class I'm in to make a point. For example, I was once in a world history class, and these kids, you know, they from the block, they around the way. So I used what they knew, and I made them explain the double entendre to each other. So I said, where I'm from, kids roll blunts on buses. Couldn't locate Germany on a map, but they know all about white boys and Dutches. So the kids that got the street aspect got it. The kids that understood the globe and geometry, you know what I'm saying? And I just, so that's how my mind works, man. I try to learn a little bit about every subject. I like to be well versed in any topic. So if you were a plumber, I want to be able to talk to you about that. I want to say a battle rap line. I want to say, hey, um, I want to pipe you down how an ex-con do it, because you know a pipe going down is the conduit, and if you got out of jail, then this is what I do. This is what I do. So
So,
the Fibonacci sequence was just the first thing that came to mind.
okay, but all right. So let's say that you're on stage
Hmm.
now.
I'd say this is easy as pie. I take the trade point 14. Like I just, I talk radius diameter. You're the common denominator, and you know what I'm saying. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. These are the things I do. I talk about common being the denominator, and I go to I'm not a shy person, and I still got the glizzy, and shy glizzy, and I the crowd, all you hear them, they saying he's hot dog, but I ain't hot dog, and I ain't really showing off. I don't stand for the grandstanding, even though this is the grandstand. I put you in a whole Grand Canyon. You know what I'm saying? Like I do these types of things, and then Canyon, I'm pretty deep with my mind. I excavate, and then I escalate, and whatever, just battle terms.
And I just want it to be very clear to everybody listening. That was all freestyle.
Of course.
That was all freestyle. So off the top of his head, there's something really wrong with the way this
But I mean,
dude's
but look,
brain is wired, yo.
but that I could have kept going because I was only talking and explaining. Like I didn't have the structure of having to rhyme. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
not that that's much more of a factor for me. But yeah, man, I paid attention in school. Though I got suspended a lot, I really paid attention. I read ahead 3, 4
Hmm.
chapters. Like I've always thought I was extremely smart. I thought I was smarter than others. And in order to do that, the thing about being cocky and arrogant, even though I think it's a fine line between honesty and modesty, but the thing about being cocky and arrogant, you're going to have to deal with all the trash talking that comes if you're wrong, if you lose. So you go out your way to try to not lose, to not be
Hmm.
wrong. That's why I
Right.
look at the Kobe Bryants and the Tom Brady's, because people don't like them for their arrogance, but you don't understand the work they put in. It takes a
Right.
lot of effort to make something look effortless.
Hmm. It does. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Well, you're the only person that has ever made me just call an audible like this because, but I knew what you were going to do, and I just wanted to hear the wordplay. I want everybody else to hear the wordplay. And again, like I was saying on the Raw Shock Test podcast, if you didn't catch everything that he said, just rewind it. Just rewind. Just go back. Just keep listening to it because it's a lot of creativity. You're gonna go back. You're gonna listen to something. You're gonna get that light bulb and be like, that's what he means. That has been one of my favorite things about Jay-Z and going back and listening to some of the stuff that I listened to back when it first came out, stuff that I didn't get back then. I understood it. I mean, I memorized it. I know it word for word. I could just spit it, but it never really dawned on me exactly what he was saying till I got older. had some experiences, and then you understand things a
There's
little
a reason
differently.
for that I've always told people. For example, like I don't like Nas and Jay-Z being compared to each other
Mm-hmm.
because their first albums are greatness for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Nas' first album is a classic, is great because he was 18, 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Jay-Z's first album is great because it was a classic, but he was 26.
Right.
You're comparing a grown man to a child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At 26, you've experienced a little bit more of life.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas that album came out when I was 14 years old. Of course, I didn't understand everything a 26-year-old was saying.
Right.
On top of the fact that it was a street themed anthem, like it was the narration of the street, I had never been outside yet. I was 14.
Right.
So there's different reasons why that happens with him, the way it did.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And it's, similar. Same thing, man. I just, once you start experiencing things, once you go outside and you're like, and you go back and start listening to it again, and everything starts to make sense, man.
Right.
You would have connect the dots. So, all right, man. Well, look, I did this in 16 minutes, although I had your help with the last one. I mean, I could have done it, but I wanted you to do it because I wanted to see where you were going to go with it, and because I knew where you were going to go with it. I knew it was going to be something spectacular. So, I just want to, before we get out of here, I want you to just let everybody know exactly where they can find you, and anything that you have going on, whether through battle rap or through charity.
In the words of the great Tiana Taylor, Google me, baby. No, my name is Mo Betta. You really can Google me. Type in whatever words you want with it. You can type in battle rapper, DMV rapper, DC rapper, whatever. You could type in Mo Betta in charity, Mo Betta in Santa Claus, Mo Betta in help DMV. But my IG and Twitter handles are BETTA_MO, Betta_Mo. And yeah, you can visit Santa Claus, not Claus, Santa Claus, DMV.org.
All right, sounds good. I want to thank you for joining me today, man, and for sharing your dreams, your daydreams, and your dreams and aspirations. And I thank you for the creative twist that you put on it at the end for me, man. I appreciate that a lot. So,
Quick question: since we're talking about dreams,
uh-huh.
are you familiar with the interpretation of dreams by Sigmund Freud?
I've started reading it. I didn't finish reading it, but I have been reading it though.
Okay. But what about a dream deferred? I'm
Say
just
that again.
all the dream word. So what about a dream deferred?
A dream deferred.
I'm just throwing out all the words with dream in it that I know. Don't mind me.
He's still doing it, y'all.
What about produced by Kanye West featuring The Game? How do you feel about dreams? There's a battle rapper from the DMV named Dreams. How do you feel about dreams? Even better. Before we talk about love in the club, how did you feel about dreams? Because there's about 4 stories you could probably tell in reference to that. Never mind.
You know what? I'm gonna have to interview you again. Hell, we may need to do our own show. I mean, this is just for that reason alone. But we're gonna talk.
I knew a girl named Drea. She was an MS-13. Hold on, Drea. That's dreams. You know what? I'm done. I'm done. This is too much.
All right, you can do this all day. So
I really can. I got another one, but I ain't even gonna do it. Just go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and end this because you be here all day doing this, man. So I'll take the last dream. All right, I'll take the last one. So Mo, thank you for your time, and for the rest of y'all, sweet dreams.
Yeah, this was a dream.
My bad. You can go ahead. Go ahead and say it.
Saying this is a dream come true for me. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Mo. We out.